Picture this, a glass-walled suite in Milan, Prada's elite executives sipping espresso, ready to announce their new global ambassador. The air drips with sophistication, until Meghan Markle allegedly storms in, uninvited, with a sidekick named Marble waving posters of her and Prince Andrew on a yacht. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't a soap opera, it's the latest chapter in what critics call Meghan's desperate quest to cling to luxury brands like a tick on a cashmere coat. Let's set the scene. It's 2025, and Prada, the epitome of Italian elegance, is in Milan, finalizing their choice for a global ambassador. This is a big deal. Prada's ambassadors, from Zendaya to Scarlett Johansson, embody prestige, exclusivity, and class. So, imagine the shock when, according to sources, Meghan Markle crashes this high-stakes meeting. No invitation, no RSVP, just Meghan and someone named Marble. Yes, Marble, barging in like they are auditioning for a reality show. Marble's waving posters of Meghan and Prince Andrew on a yacht. A yacht? This isn't a fashion campaign. It's a circus. Sources say the room went silent, then chaotic, as security allegedly had to escort them out. Can you imagine the nerve? Walking into Prada's inner sanctum, uninvited, with yacht posters? It's the kind of stunt that screams desperation, not sophistication. Here's where it gets juicy. Critics aren't mincing words. They are calling Meghan a tick. Harsh? Maybe. Accurate? Let's see. A tick clings to its host, draining resources until it's forcibly removed. Sound familiar? Sources claim Meghan's been circling luxury brands like Prada, Dior, and Givenchy, hoping to piggyback on their prestige. The Prada incident, if true, is Exhibit A. She didn't just show up, she allegedly brought props and a hype man named Marble. This wasn't a casual visit, it was a calculated move to insert herself into Prada's narrative. But here's the problem. Luxury brands thrive on exclusivity. Prada doesn't need a self-proclaimed royal with yacht posters to sell handbags. Critics say Meghan's approach is less ambassador and more opportunist, clinging to brands to stay relevant while risking their carefully curated image. And the fallout? Sources say Prada XX were livid. Customers, too. Social media's buzzing with fans saying they'd think twice about buying a Prada bag if Meghan's face was on it. Why? Because associating with her, some argue, could cheapen the brand. Let's talk about why that matters. Luxury brands like Prada aren't just selling products, they are selling a lifestyle, glamour, exclusivity, untouchable allure. But what happens when someone like Meghan, with her polarizing public image, tries to hitch a ride? Disaster. Critics argue that Meghan's involvement could alienate Prada's core customers, high-net-worth individuals who want prestige, not drama. Posts on X are ruthless, with users calling her a brand repellent. One post read, "Meghan's like glitter, hard to get rid of and ruins everything." Ouch. The fear is real. If Prada were to align with her, even accidentally, it could signal desperation, driving away loyal customers to competitors like Chanel or Gucci. And it's not just Prada. Sources say other fashion houses are quietly closing their doors to her. Dior? Nope. Versace? Not a chance. The word on the street is that Meghan's become a liability, a walking PR nightmare who could tank a brand's stock faster than a bad runway show. But what's being done about it? So, how do you stop a tick? You remove it, firmly. Sources suggest Prada's considering legal action to keep Meghan at bay. Think defamation lawsuits for dragging their name through the mud or restraining orders to bar her from their events, premises, even their imagery. It's not unheard of. Brands like Louis Vuitton have used legal muscle to protect their image. A restraining order might sound extreme, but if Meghan's crushing private meetings with yacht posters, can you blame them? The goal is clear, keep her as far from Prada's logo as possible. And it's not just Prada. Other brands are reportedly tightening security and vetting guest lists to avoid similar stunts. The message? Meghan's not welcome in high fashion's inner circle. Luxury brands aren't just selling handbags or dresses, they are selling a dream. Prada's dream is one of understated elegance, timeless allure, and a clientele that includes billionaires, not reality TV rejects. So, what happens when Meghan Markle, with her baggage of controversies, tries to elbow her way in? Catastrophe. Critics argue that associating with Meghan, intentionally or not, could tarnish Prada's meticulously crafted image. X posts are brutal, with users warning that Meghan's involvement would make Prada feel like a knockoff. One user wrote, "I'd rather burn my Saffiano bag than see it tied to her drama." The fear is real. Prada's core customers, affluent, discerning, and fiercely loyal, could flee to rivals like Chanel or Bottega Veneta if Meghan's name becomes linked to the brand. And it's not just Prada. Sources say other luxury houses are on high alert, with whispers of blacklists circulating in Paris and Milan. Meghan's become the fashion world's equivalent of a red flag, too risky, too divisive. When a tick won't let go, you don't negotiate, you remove it. Sources say Prada's exploring every option to keep Meghan at arm's length. We're talking defamation lawsuits to counter any false association with their brand, or even restraining orders to bar her from their events, premises, or imagery. It's not as far-fetched as it sounds. Luxury brands like Burberry and Louis Vuitton have used legal tools to protect their image from unwanted affiliations. A restraining order might seem dramatic, but if Meghan's crashing private meetings with a hype man and posters, it's a power move Prada might need. Other brands are reportedly taking notes, beefing up security and vetting guest lists to avoid their own Meghan moment. The message is crystal clear: stay away, or face the consequences. And it's not just Prada. The ripple effect is hitting the industry, with fashion insiders speculating about which brand Meghan might target next. Gucci? Too bold. Hermes? Too exclusive. The list of safe havens is shrinking, and Meghan's running out of runways. Meghan Markle's alleged Prada stunt, barging into a private Milan meeting with marble and yacht posters of her and Prince Andrew, isn't just a bold move, it's a masterclass in self-sabotage. Critics call her a tick. Let's hammer home Harry's hypocrisy. He struts around as a mental health advocate with his Archewell Foundation, preaching about vulnerability and healing. Yet, when it comes to his own family, he's the biggest stressor. The reports recommend Charles prioritize recovery and well-being, but Harry's actions are the antithesis of that. So, there you have it, folks, the damning case against Prince Harry. From his public betrayals and duty abandonment to fueling feuds and reeking of hypocrisy, he's the epicenter of the family dynamic stress that's ravaging King Charles' health. Reports are crystal clear: urgent warnings, serious condition, calls for abdication, and a push for William to step up, all exacerbated by this endless drama. Harry isn't a victim, he's the antagonist who's prioritizing fame and fortune over family. Charles deserves rest, recovery, and lighter duties, not more heartache from his wayward son. If Harry had an ounce of decency, he'd apologize, back off, and let the real royals heal. But let's be honest, he won't. That's why we need to call him out. What do you think? Is Harry the royal wrecking ball, or am I off base? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like if you agree, and share this video to spread the word. Don't forget to subscribe for more exposes. Next up, Meghan's role in all this.